Hey, it's Scotty. Let's talk about 5 ways that pet shops can make you hate your pets and negatively affect your experience and their life. So, the first way is pet shops, they create a false impression of your experience. So let's talk about guinea pigs specifically. You go to a pet shop and you see that they're in these small enclosures. Oftentimes you'll have like multiple males in the same enclosure when they're young, and as we all know, boys should be in pairs because otherwise they can fight. But then you look over and you see the cages that they offer, and usually they're these pretty small pet shop cages. And if you haven't done your research, you might think, oh, this is pretty easy. I'll just put them in this little cage and they won't take up that much space, and it'll be easy. And when you look at the pictures on those pet shop cages, if there's a box, you'll just see like a little piggy, and oftentimes there won't be hay or anything in the cage. And so you really don't get a sense of what the reality is. And so what will happen is, when it doesn't work out the way you expect it will, it can, now I hope that it wouldn't make you hate your piggy, but it could make you hate the decision that you've made, make you regret having done that. So let's talk about the second way pet shops can make you hate your pets, or really hate the decision and regret the decision that you've made, is that they will often market things to you that you don't need. They'll make you make the wrong choices. So you'll buy things that you don't need. Oftentimes there's really bad treats, and there are the wrong cages, and food that has the wrong ingredients. A lot of times there's, especially with like guinea pigs, so it'll be food that has seeds and stuff in it, and so you'll just be wasting your money on stuff that you don't need. Along those same lines, even if you do figure out what it is that you do need to give your pets, your guinea pigs and other animals, proper care, it can be very expensive. There's often plenty of other ways and other places to obtain the supplies and the food and the things that you need to take care of your pets and give them the best life. For example, lots of people will spend money, so much money, on hay. If you go to any of the pet shops or any places, the big box stores where they do sell hay, you'll notice that the hay is in very small bags, and it's very expensive. For the price of a bag of hay like this, you could pretty much buy a whole bale of hay from a feed store. And the food that you get is oftentimes overpriced compared to what you can find online. For instance, I get my food from Small Pet Select, and you can buy in bulk and you can get a much better deal, especially if you use my discount link. I'll put it in the description, and it's also in the care guide on my website. You can get 15% off of the entire store. But there are so many better deals to be had online than what you normally can get in pet shops. So the fourth way that pet shops can make you hate your pets and negatively impact your experience and your pet's life, well, hopefully you're not hating these sweet, innocent animals, but rather you're hating or regretting the decision that you've made. And that's the fourth reason. You've wasted all this money, and you've gotten yourself in a situation that you didn't expect, and so you end up with this crappy cage. Maybe your guinea pig is living alone in this small pet store cage, and it just didn't turn out the way that you expected it to, or the way you imagined it would, and so you regret that decision. And then you think, oh, I should never have done this. I should get rid of my guinea pig. I should get rid of this pet. And they end up surrendered to a shelter or a rescue, or God forbid, abandoned somewhere. So that is one of the main purposes of my channel, is to raise awareness, to help teach proper care, and to connect you with those resources that will help you get the most out of this experience, help you build a bond, build trust, and really enjoy having guinea pigs. And I hope that you'll utilize the care guide on my website, and that you'll look for your rescue in your area, and that you'll just really, I hope you'll subscribe, and I hope you'll click the like button so that this video and other videos in my channel can reach a wider audience, so that we can teach people the joys of piggies. And I'm always excited to hear your comments and your positive experiences, or even some of your negative experiences. What experiences did you have at the pet shop? That leads me to the 5th way that pet shops can make you hate your animals, hate your decision, regret your decision. And that is that these pet shops, they don't give you any support. They don't have the necessary information. Most of the times, the people who work there, and I've met some really caring, wonderful people who work at the pet shops, but let's face it, oftentimes it's minimum wage, and they don't always have all the information, and they certainly don't have all of the correct, proper supplies, and they are under no obligation to educate you or to say whether or not, it's appropriate or it's a good. They'll give you one guinea pig. They won't recommend necessarily that guinea pigs have a friend, and buying 2 young male guinea pigs from the same litter or in the same enclosure, they will most likely end up fighting. Not to mention, guinea pigs from the pet shop and many animals from the pet shop that come from breeders are often sick, and the people who work at the pet shops, they don't often have the experience or the knowledge base to recognize when a guinea pig is sick. So many times, in fact, almost all the time, people bring in guinea pigs that they've gotten from the pet shop. They will have respiratory infections, they will have ringworm, and I'll hear, breathing issues. I'll see the classic symptoms of a runny eyes, crusty nose, and I'll say, are they sneezing? And they say, yeah. And I say, well, guinea pigs shouldn't sneeze. And then so many times they'll say, well, the guy at the pet shop said it was normal, it was just allergies, or they're sneezing because they're in the hay. Guinea pigs, they basically live their life under a pile of hay, and they shouldn't be sneezing. And so when you go to a rescue, the rescues, anytime guinea pigs come in that are sick, they will nurse them back to health before they adopt them out. They make sure to educate adopters about what to expect, about the proper care, and that's just something you're not going to get at the pet shops. Pet shops will not give you any kind of after sale support, and oftentimes the vets that are in a pet shop, if there are vets connected with the pet shop, they don't have the same experience as an exotic vet. And all too often, if your guinea pig is sick, they say, here, surrender them to us and we'll take care of them, and when they're better, you can come pick them up. Please do not do that. I've got a specific video about that, but just please, if you got a guinea pig from a pet shop, keep them, learn the best you can to give them a proper life. Subscribe to this channel, reach out to the resources in my care guide and on my website. I've got a number of vets on my vet list. I've got a number of rescues, and this is a worldwide vet list, worldwide rescue list. Reach out to them. Rescues will give support. Many rescues offer free health checks, nail clips, things like that. Some of them even offer boarding. So the pet shops won't give you any support, but the rescues will give you support for forever. The rescues, they care about the animals, they care about the community. When you go to a rescue, you're supporting your community, and when you go to a pet shop, basically you're supporting a big corporation usually, and corporations, their whole thing is the bottom line, and that is profit. And so they don't always treat their employees with the best care and respect, and they don't necessarily treat their animals with the best care and respect, and that translates to the overall experience and the well-being of those animals. So these, along with a number of other ways, are ways that pet shops will make you hate, and I want to say the experience, because These animals have been caught up in the pet shop, and we really cannot take our negative emotions about the experience that we had, about the guilt that we feel going to a pet shop and being uninformed and being misled oftentimes. We cannot let that be taken out on these sweet innocent animals. But I hope that you learned something, that you found value in this video, and please support rescues. Let's turn this hate, this anger, this remorse that we may be feeling for what our past experiences have been at pet shops, and let's turn that into a positive. Let's try to educate each other. I really want to hear your experiences in the comments, both good and bad, and we can use these as a learning lesson for people who may have found us in the future. So thank you so much. I really hope that you found this beneficial. Until next time, thanks for watching.